Welcome to the first in a series of 10 brief looks at the best college football rivalries involving schools from different states. Our first episode is USC and Notre Dame. October 14, 2023 marks the latest game in the rivalry, which dates back to 1926. There are several stories about how the series got started that year, but the most credible version is that Notre Dame coach Knute Rockne was looking for teams to play against, as Notre Dame had been rejected several times for admission into the Big Ten. Rockne's search was nationwide, and he turned his attention to Howard Jones at USC. Rockne's Irish had played Jones' Iowa Hawkeyes previously, and Rockne had recommended Jones for the USC coaching position after turning it down himself. In 1926, the two schools met for the first time at the Los Angeles Coliseum, with Notre Dame emerging victorious 13-12. Jones coached at USC for 16 years between 1925 and 1940, winning 4 national championships and 7 Pacific Coast championships with the Trojans. Jones was known as a stern taskmaster, with very few interests outside of football. His career was cut short by a fatal heart attack in the summer of 1941. Rockne is considered to be by some, including this person, the greatest Notre Dame football coach of all time. His coaching career ended with a fatal plane crash in 1931, but while guiding the Irish, he won 3 national championships and won nearly 90% of his games. Rockne got the best of Jones in the early days of the rivalry, winning 4 of the first 5 games in the series. Notre Dame's Frank Leahy, who played under Rockne, continued the Irish dominance in the series between 1941 and 1953, winning 8, losing only once, and tying once. Leahy won 4 national championships with Notre Dame and retired after the 1953 season. He died in 1973. John McKay turned USC's fortunes around against Notre Dame during his 16-year coaching tenure between 1960 and 1975. McKay started inauspiciously against ND the first 7 years, going only 2-5. But from 1967 to 1975, McKay was 6-1 with 2 ties versus the Irish. He also won 4 national championships with the Trojans before departing to the NFL's Tampa Bay Buccaneers before their inaugural season in 1976. McKay died in 2001. McKay's main coaching rival at Notre Dame, Ara Parseghian, managed 3 wins and 2 ties against SC while losing 6. However, I rate Parseghian as the best Irish coach of the post-Leahy era, as he won 2 national championships and won nearly 85% of his games as ND's coach. Parseghian died in 2017. There have been other notable coaches involved in the ND-USC series, including the Trojans' John Robinson and the Irish's Lou Holtz. Now, let's look at what I regard as each team's greatest win in the series. In 1966, Notre Dame went into East Lansing, Michigan, and emerged with a tie against number 1 Michigan State. MSU finished the year undefeated with a tie, and Notre Dame had 1 game left, a trip to the Los Angeles Coliseum to meet USC. Since the Irish didn't go to postseason bowl games in those days, a convincing win against USC was a must to solidify a number 1 ranking at the end of the season. They got it, a 51-0 drubbing of the Trojans, and the AP as well as UPI national championship vote. In 1974, again at the LA Coliseum, USC fell behind 24-0 in the first half, but roared back in the second half, scoring 49 unanswered second-half points and drilling Notre Dame 55-24. That's a quick taste of the USC-Notre Dame rivalry. I'll be back with more great interstate college football rivalries on Saturday's Sportsline Memories. Thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe.